Happy Thursday, Thriver. I want to talk to you about relationships and specifically about let's talk marriage relationships. You could probably put this into all types of relationships, but let's talk marriage relationships specifically right now. And what I want to talk to you is about the reason we fight. Why do we argue? Why do we have disagreements? What are we after when we do this? So when you're having an argument with your spouse, it doesn't matter the subject. Think about it. What are you really wanting the outcome to be? You're arguing generally to be heard and understood. You really want them to say, "Oh, baby, yes. Thank you for telling me that. How could I have ever thought something so different? I have seen the light. It's your way. I understand now. Oh my goodness." And how often does that happen? Never, right? But seriously, isn't that what we're really asking? Is for somebody to agree with us, to see our side, to hear us, to understand and go, "Oh my gosh, you were right after all." So what we're really doing is we're fighting to be agreed with. So when you're in the opposite corners of the boxing ring, right? And you come out swinging, you're really swinging for somebody to say, "Oh my gosh, you're so right." But here's the thing. It never happens. So then we keep fighting over and over and over and over again, usually about the same type subject or the same hurt wound that's underneath what we're saying or the same fear that we're fighting for. But hearing and agreeing are two different things. And if you can feel heard and understood, nobody has to agree with you. So how do you do that? How do you make your spouse feel heard and understood? And you'd want this in return, but somebody's got to start pulling out of the cycle, right? So you're the one listening, so let's go. You're simply going to repeat back to them what you hear them saying. You're going to take your emotion out of it, and you're going to repeat back to them like a parrot. Like you're a parrot. If they say the sky is green, you're going to say, "Oh, I hear you saying the sky is green. Did I get that right?" Now, clearly you're not agreeing with that, right? Because we all know the sky is blue. Maybe sometimes pink and orange. I've never seen a green sky. Maybe I'm wrong. But you're not agreeing with them. You're just hearing them. "I hear you say the sky is green. Did I get that right?" Yeah, you got that right. Guess what? They feel heard and understood. Did you agree with them? No, never did you agree with that. But it calms things down. Now, that's a silly example, but that's literally how it works. And if they say to you, "No, you didn't get that right. I meant it was aqua. The sky is aqua," for instance. "Oh, okay. Well, that's not what I heard. I heard green." Well, green and aqua are kind of the same, right? No? Yeah. Some people might think that. Okay. So then it's like, "No, I didn't hear you. Let me try again." So they try again. "Oh, I hear you say it's aqua, not green." "Oh, yes, you've got it." And I know these are silly, silly examples, but I want to give it to you in a concept that is so basic, you'll remember it to be able to use it. And then when you have that done and they feel heard and understood, you can ask them at that point, "Hey," because remember, they don't have the luxury of listening to this, "would you mind if I shared and you simply repeat back to me what you hear? Because I don't know that I'm communicating things properly because sometimes I don't feel like you hear or understand me. And I'm just wondering if we could try this the other way." And then it's your turn. And then you prompt them to say, "Can you just repeat back what you heard me say? Not your opinion, not what you think, just what you hear. I'm not asking you to agree with me." That's how you start this when you're only one person. Start with something simple like the sky or bacon or sausage or peanut butter and grape jelly or strawberry jelly. I mean, seriously, start with something simple that you can have success and practice on. That's not your high conflict area. You don't want to start with your high conflict area. But hearing and agreeing are two different things. And if you can be heard and you can feel understood, you no longer need your spouse to agree with you. Because guess what? They are not you. So the second thing that happens is we're fighting to be agreed with, but we're fighting because we want them to be more like us. We want them to see our way because we don't get their way, right? So for instance, my husband runs errands very inefficiently. Like he'll go run one or two errands and then come back and do some stuff at the house and then go run another one. And I'm like, why didn't you do that while you were out and make a big circle? Like you're just wasting time. And I am very much time conscious. I have a lot of things I want to accomplish and only a little time in the day. So I am very specific about what I do during the day and how I do it. And if I have to go run errands, you can bet they're going to be done efficiently. But isn't that most people, I think? I'm teasing. It's definitely not my husband. But it drives me crazy. But at the same time, I don't want him to be like me. That would drive me probably even more crazy. Because then we'd probably be trying to figure out who had the best time differential of running errands, right? Like we'd be chasing each other and trying to get it or something. I mean, there'd be some competition somewhere, I promise you. But we're fighting for them to agree with us. We are fighting for them to be like us. And I promise you, keep the differences. You don't want them to be you. So until tomorrow, I'm going to give you exactly what you need to do and how you need to have a conversation that is going to be a conflict conversation. Until then, little pep in your step. Go. Have a thankful Thursday.